Hello everyone, this is Zafar Sheikh from Yellowsoft. Welcome. I hope you guys are able to hear me. If yes, can you say yes on the chat box? All right, great. Thank you so much, guys. So today we have connect over here in this webinar. Specifically, we are going to discuss about the post-pandemic and about the demo of ride-hailing solution of Yellowsoft. So I'll start with the introduction first, and down the line through the demo and the introduction and the conclusion, we'll also have a Q&A session where I'll be addressing all your questions and answer questions. So if you have any doubts or if you have any questions, don't worry, I'll be answering that by the time once we have the Q&A session. So I'll be in touch with you at that time. So we'll start with the introduction first. So if you consider about a taxi business, nobody had ever imagined overall on the business aspect that the 2020 would turn out to be such a nightmare. The COVID-19 pandemic has stopped everything in the world. Even the highly profitable business have started losing their grip over the market. It had been tough for all the business to sustain themselves in this pandemic time. Taxi and ride hailing business is one of the I would say the business which is also not being spared, be it I would say the lockdown or a curfew which have affected the whole business aspect, because people were not able to come out from their home, or the business were affecting, people were afraid to take a ride over a taxi, or I would say the whole thing was really messed up. In such times, taxi business are realizing the importance of robust ride-hailing solution, because once you are into the taxi business, you have to consider all your business approaches and how it makes easy for your customer to book a ride. And when it comes to the mobility solution, it would be the best thing to get on board for your taxi business. And that's why all the taxi businesses have come up with an idea to develop, or those who are already into the ride hailing business, they have evolved their application, they have upgraded their application by the time. Coming to the next part, a few years ago, no one would have imagined that the emergence of ride-hailing business will drastically change the scenario of taxi business. Because uh, I will talk about like 10 years back, every businesses, and I mean the taxi businesses was working conventionally, where you need to email the taxi companies, or you call the taxi companies and say, hey, I need a cab. But right now the situation have changed after Uber have take on into the market, or if I talk about the other giants like Lyft, Grab, Gojek in the Southeast Asia, they have evolved the business into the different level. And that's why when we see the statistical report, we have noticed that the market will be 1,588.2 billion US dollar approx in 2024. So you can understand that this is going to be an uphill down the line once the business is coming up. So though pandemic has happened, the situation was really high for the taxi business, but there is a scope that you can grow. And that's why we have being Yellowsoft, we have developed our system in a way that can help the taxi business to grow. And if I talk about Yellowsoft, we have been working with multiple clients in multiple countries. Being into Yellowsoft, we have a mantra of indulging in a continuous. We understand the requirement, we understand the market, we understand every aspect by going into the ground level. Why, what are the problems areas for the taxi business? What can be the solution? Because here the main important thing for any business is to understand their problem areas and come up with a solution which can help them to grow from the level of, highest point. And that's why we have realized that to remain relevant and future proof, in a fickle and chaotic market, you must be reinvent yourself from time to time. And Yellowsoft have successfully delivered taxi mobility solutions to several clients. Our solution have comprehensively grow from level to level because change is the only way when it comes to the progress. And that's why we are over here in this platform where we have connect, and I'm going to give you the demo of our ride hailing solution. So moving forward, I will share the screen, and just let me know once you guys are able to share, because I'm going to share my screen and give you the walkthrough of our ride hailing solution. And considering the time, today I'm going to discuss about 10 most important features, which can be I would say the positive point which can help you to stand out from the market and which can help you to grow your business. So here I'm sharing the screen. Just let me know. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. Can someone say yes if it's visible? All right, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Robert. So we'll start with the dashboard part. So one thing I always have noticed in every business is the growth. Okay, so when it comes to the on-demand business, there is a very important thing which every owner needs to focus on, because uh, considering the on-demand business, there are many parts which has to be highlighted and has to be on view, that you always get information of that, and that's where the dashboard play an important role, because it gives you the major information and major what say points to be covered. So let's say anything happened, for an example, we talk about the recent event, I mean the pandemic time, where uh, from having a business which is going monotonous and everything was working really fine, but there's a drastic changes when we notice on the dashboard. So let's say I'm showing you the dashboard over here. So right now we don't have the numbers over here because it's a demo part. So you won't be able to see the number, but once it's working out, when you have a business, you'll see all the numbers over here. So yes, coming to my point, so let's say uh, the business is working out really fine and you have your numbers coming up into the dashboard. But let's say anything drastic happen and you see your drivers are going dropping the online ratio where we show you the online drivers, it's getting low. So this is a point where you need to focus what happened over there. So that's why we have come up with a dashboard which will give you the minute information which can help you to make sure that your business is running fine in the specific time. So here we have like completed trips, total commission, total revenue of the company, online drivers. So this would be the data which are online right now. Then here we have canceled trip data. Then here we have total trips ratio, total trips over here. So this give you the understanding how the business is working out. So let's say if you have, for a particular day you have 1,000 requests at a time, so what would be the status of that? You need to understand how business is working out. Is it on the active trips, no driver available, not accepted, completed one? So this give you the understanding of a business that yes, the business is working out in this way, and that's why we have come up with the dashboard part. Now, the second important thing is when it comes to the taxi business, tracking is a really important feature, because you need to understand where your drivers are located. If I talk about a dispatch business also, every booking which has been assigned by a dispatcher, or if any booking is being created or scheduled by app, you have to be understandable that where your drivers are located. So that's why we have come up with a comprehensive map section. So here we have covered almost everything. Okay, so on the left hand side, you can see a heat map. So heat map is a feature which gives you an understanding from which area you are getting multiple trips. Okay, so let's say for an example, there's an area where you have multiple trips at a time. The ratio of a trips is really high, but you don't have enough driver to manage those booking. But when you have a heat map, this will give you the understanding that yes, in this area I'm having a multiple trips and I need to be focused and provide more drivers at that area. So maybe you can connect with the drivers, maybe you can contact drivers and ask them to go to that area. Also, we also have this heat map in the driver app. So the driver can understand from which area the multiple trips are coming, and they can allocate that region, locate that region, and reach to that location, and this will make them motivate towards the company because they are getting uh, all the business from the specific region, plus they are all the way coming up with the trips part, and that's why heat map is really important for your business. Over here, we have come up with the trace part, tracking. So let's say if you want to track a specific trip or if you want to track a specific driver. So we always understand that not all the drivers would be same. There might be one driver who's having a really bad record and you want to trip and track of that driver. So you can just search that driver over here and you can keep a track on that how this driver is drawing out, where he is located, what time he is there, like that. So you get the overall track of that driver. Then here we have you can find on-trip drivers in the map. You can see your free drivers in the map. And the second most important thing which we have recently added over here is the trips part. So while working with multiple clients in multiple countries, okay, we understood that having a ratio and having an understanding of a trips from which area or from which part of the city the cancellation ratio is really high, no driver available is really high. That gives a plus point to a dispatcher or to a manager of that company because that will help them to manage that booking as per that, or they can connect with the drivers and you can ask them why you are canceling the trip, what's the reason. So this will make you to connect with your driver because trust me, if I talk about a ride hailing business or a taxi business, driver is also your most important factor or most important actor in your business after the user. So you have to make sure that you care your driver and you also care your customer also because you don't need to end up in a chicken and egg situation. So you have to take care of that. So that was the map part where we have covered most of the thing which can be helpful for your daily operation part. Now the third part which I'm going to discuss you about is the wallet. Now, when I say wallet, everybody would be thinking about that wallet can be like where user can top up and pay for the trip, right? Exactly, that's one of the factor we have. But over here, what we have done and what we have focused is that uh, from the driver aspect, the driver can top up their wallet and they can pay their commission through the wallet. So it becomes easy for you guys and for the driver also that they can pay commission through the wallet, and also you are binding your drivers somehow in a way that they don't uh, use a different app or maybe they stay connected with your application. Because let's say for an example, I just give you an example. Let's say one driver got registered in your company, okay, so he have to top up his wallet balance. Once he top up, okay, so let's say for an example he top up $100 and he had a trip of $10. Now the commission amount is 10%. So that $1 which is your commission amount would be deducted from his wallet balance. So he doesn't need to come to your office daily or weekly basis to pay the commission or to settle down, to do the settlement. The system manipulate that. The system helps to get the settlement done easily. And this way you can also make sure that driver doesn't cheat you, because here what happened is we have given you the option that you can keep a minimum balance option for the driver. So every top up, at the time when they top up, they'll see that they have to keep a minimum balance in the wallet. So if they go below that minimum wallet amount, so they won't be able to take another trip, and that way they have to top up the wallet again as per the time. So that's why we have come up this wallet feature, which can be helpful for the driver side also and for the user also anyways. So where user can top up their wallet and pay for the trip. Over here, we are also open to integrate with multiple payments. I mean, if you have been if you want to integrate with any payment gateway in your local country, you have any local payment gateway, we can integrate that. So your user can use a card, I mean debit card or credit card for the payment, or a wallet or the cash. This three option would be available for them. So that was the wallet part. Now coming to the fourth point over here, so that would be the pricing. So um, considering the dispatch business or a ride hailing business, or the one who is into the conventional part where they have been working from 20 years but they haven't using the system, they'll be concerned that how their pricing can be managed. So we at Yellowsoft have analyzed that, and we have understood that each country have different model. Each part of the country have each part of the world have different models and different government rules. So considering all that part, we have come up with different pricing models over here. One is the basic one where there is a rate group where you create a particular vehicle type pricing. So that covers like per kilometer pricing or time wise pricing. Over here you can see there would be a base fare, minimum fare, charge per kilometer, time wise charge. Cancellation charge is also available. So that depends upon you that if you want to charge to the customer or not. So you can manipulate the business in a way that you want. Then over here we also have meter pricing. So if you talk about the UK or the that part of the country, they have specific pricing chart which the taxi have to follow. They don't have option; they have to follow that pricing chart. So that's why we have come up with the two model over here. Okay, one is where you decide like 1 to 5 kilometer, the price would be this much. 6 to 10 kilometer, the price would be this much. Well, there would be a fixed price for the specific kilometers. Then the second would be where you decide 1 to 5 kilometer, the per kilometer price would be this much. So this helped the country to not get into the problem because of the government, because here you are also making sure that the government rules and everything regulation has been covered and you are working in that way. So meter pricing is also been covered over here. Now, in some countries, they have this zone to zone price. So, if I talk about, I've been to 2 years back, I was in Vietnam and I had a trip over there. So, there was an option I found there that from airport to a famous area, there was a famous area, the central area, where they have a specific fixed rate. So that way they you guys also have we have analyzed and we have upgraded that version also where you can create zone to zone pricing. So here what you can do is you can create one zone to another zone, and then you can have a different pricing or a custom pricing from one zone to another zone. So maybe it can be like airport to a famous hotels, airport to a famous garden, famous restaurants, or maybe from specific area to a specific area, you can have a different pricing over here. So this will help you to, I mean, to come up with a different sort of pricing models for your business. Then we have surge price also. So this is like a dynamic price. So as per the demand, you can increase the price. So we have come up with date wise search, day wise search, time wise search, location wise search, and date and time wise search, where you can have a custom search. So let's say for an example, if you know that this week would be a New Year week, like from Christmas to the New Year week, the rush would be high, the booking would be surge. So you can create a surge in a way where 25th evening from 5 p.m. till first morning 10 a.m. you can have a surge rate. So that custom surge option is also we have taken care of. So this will help you to manage the business and to manipulate the business in a way where you can have a good business amount from whatever you are trying to profit of. Then here we have tax. So every country have their tax. So if I talk about India, we have GST. So that way, every country have different taxes option, which the company have to collect from the user. So here you can have tax option where you can create the tax and you can collect it from the user. So that was the overall pricing part. Now the another point is the report. Now, while working with multiple clients, we always ask our client to have a watch on the report section, because trust me, when you have up to your report and you know how your business is working out, you are always monitoring your analytics, your minute information that will help you to take an insight driven business decision. Because sometimes what happened is, when you see a picture from a closer perspective, that won't give you a better understanding. But once you see a bigger picture, you have all the information on your screen that yes, this is my business and this is how business is working out, where my business is lacking. That helps you to create a business plan, that how we can go from this level to this level. So always make sure that you always analyze your report. You watch. You have a person, or being an owner, you also time to time have a review over the reports to understand how your business is working out. So that's why we have come up with multiple reports over here. So if you see over here, we have ride history, request analytics, which will give you the understanding where, like for an example, let's say from last 30 days, what would be the average trip time? So if it's like overall trips has been done is 170 requests has been done. So from that, how many was no driver available? How many was cancelled trip? How many was rejected? How many was completed? So let's say if it's a 49, which is the completed one, and from that the average trip time is 8 minutes, then you can check that how everything is over there. So the average kilometer, average trip amount, when your ratio is really high on the cancellation part and the rejection part, you have to worry, because there's something wrong. Why there's a cancellation ratio this much high? So this helps you to understand, to analyze your business in the minute level, and that's how you grow. Because you know your pros and cons, where you are lagging, where you have a strength, and that's how you use your resources in that way. So this was the request analytics part. Then we have trip statistics. So this is something we recently came up. Okay, this the main reason for coming up with this part was to make sure to understand. I mean, here you see how many attempts was happened before accepting that trip. So you know how your drivers are behaving into the field. They have accept, one driver doesn't accept, third driver doesn't accept, and then the third fourth driver have accepted that trip. So that's something wrong, because it has to be where the driver has to be positive to accept that trip. So you have to find out the reason what's happening over there, and you have to analyze that. Then here we have incentive reports, referral report. We have driver activation, driver location report, driver performance, how your driver are performing. You can always verify that. Though driver will also have their summary and reports in the driver application, which will give them the understanding how they have performed in the last month, or they have a custom range option also. Then we have a customer reports over here, which will give you the understanding that this many customer has been registered from this date, and how many have done uh, I mean this much of trip. So you also get the understanding that this customer have registered but they haven't done any trip. So what is the reason? Maybe you can send notification, maybe you can send a promo code, or anything which can make them to use the application. So the reports are really important. I'll always say to our client that make sure that you have a good hold on your report section. Then the fourth thing, the another discussion point would be the promotional part. So being into the on-demand business, you have to promote your business anyway. I mean, the way you get the ideas that you have to promote in this way, do that. Because social media marketing, or you do promotional activities. So this will help you to reach more into the market. I mean, your once you have a good application and the people doesn't know about your app, that doesn't make sense because people doesn't know about your company. So you have to do promotion. So that's why we have come up with multiple promotional features. So over here we have promo code which will help you to create discount coupon for your customers. So you can create a discount coupon and you can send it to them and they can use it for the trips. Then we have referral program. So this is also important features which can help you to create uh, to increase your user data or the driver data, because if a user refer to someone, they get a certain amount as a reward from the company. So this is a really important feature which I would count in as a business aspect. Then we have a reward program where you can have a registration reward, or if any festival is going on, so you can have a reward for your drivers or for your user for that part. So in reward, we also have given the option for point system. So if you do 5 trips, then your points comes up 10 or 20. That amount comes up $5. Likewise, so 10 points would be $1. Likewise, you can configure the point over here. So that's the reward program. Then here we have incentive programs for the driver. So as I have told you at the first part, at the initial call webinar, that drivers are really important for your business. You have to motivate your driver because they can do mouth marketing, because once the customer gets on board, if it's not your customer, they also recommend the app to the other customer. So that way you have to motivate your drivers. So incentive program is also really important, where you can uh, create multiple what say uh, criteria, and once they fill that criteria, they'll be able to get a certain amount as a bonus. So here we have covered required rights, rights rating, online hours, and the incentive amount which you want to give to your custom drivers. So that was the promotional part. Now, another thing which I'm going to discuss about is kiosks. So kiosk is like a self-operating device which can be implemented at the airport areas and malls. So some might be thinking, why would I have a kiosk at mall and airport areas? So let's say for an example, I have came to another country and I doesn't know about any application in that country, but I see a kiosk by certain brand name. So I would be feeling safe to use that kiosk because that kiosk is at the airport and already it's been verified, and that company would be a legitimate company. So I'll go over there, I'll create a booking, and I can get a cab through a kiosk. So it can be a self-operating, or you can have a concierge over there who will be helping the customer to create a booking. And this is the one of the most important, uh, I mean, profitable idea which you can implement and grow your business, because here you have a short business from a specific area, because airport is a busy area, mall is a busy area where a lot of people travel or a lot of people go in and out. So you get a specific business from that part, and kiosk will help you there. And we also have already installed kiosks in multiple countries. We have our in-house kiosk also, where we have order, which is can be the option to generate booking. There would be an option for the token option, and everything can be implemented. So that was the kiosk part. Then another thing which I want to share over here is the queuing system. So this is also something very interesting, because if you see some countries, they have some regulation at the airport areas. They have a queuing zone. So all those drivers who are at the airport, they have to stand in queue. So this queuing features help you to manage that area. So what you have to do is you have to create a red area, which can be a queuing area, and that would be outside of the airport, because every airports have their queuing area from the gate side outside the airport. So sorry, you can create that queuing area, and once driver get into that red area, they get a pop-up. They want to stand into the queue or not. And let's say for example that driver doesn't want to stand in queue, he can decline that. But if he wants to stand in the queue, he accept that. He'll get a number. Whatever the drivers are already into the queue, as per that, he gets the number. So that's the queuing zone area, which helps to manage the queuing booking. So any customer book from that specific area, that booking allocate to that driver who stand first in the queue. So that's the queuing part. Now coming to the second last point, which is like roles and staff. So basically, as we understand that the ride-hailing business requires resources. I mean, you require team to manage the whole business. Okay, so that's why we have come up with a feature which is staff and manage role. Over here, you get the option to create multiple staff and assign roles to them. So not every staff would be able to see everything into the system. Only the predefined tasks which you have allocated to them, that only they'll be able to see. And that way you are making it easy, and that way you are also making it private for your part also, that they don't get all the information of the business. So that's the roles and staff. And the important factor, which is safety. So at some part of country, their safety is really important, where the crime, or I would say there's something, uh, I mean, the customer doesn't feel safe while traveling to the taxis. For that reason, you can do the marketing of a panic button. So which is like SOS. So here we have come up with an SOS button, which would be into the driver app and the user application. So let's say for an example, there is an emergency happened, then the user and the driver can click into the panic button, or and it will send that emergency details to the number which you have registered as the emergency contact. And also admin would be notified with that detail, that uh, this is the details of that person who have clicked the panic button, and you can take action on that. So this is a really important feature which can help you to make sure that your user and drivers are safe into the cab. So pretty much considering the time and every aspect, we have to cut down with some of the features. As you can see, there are a lot of features over here which we have covered, which I might not able to address right now, but once the webinar is done, you guys can connect with me one to one, and I can give you the walkthrough of our system. Also, we can discuss how you can come up with different ideas to manage your business and grow your business at different level. So now we can move forward with the Q&A session. So if someone have any questions, you can share it with me. Uh, so let me check if someone have any questions over here. Uh, One of our friend, Gavin Johnson, Johnson from the attendees, he have asked a question that rental package can be managed or not. Yes. So we also have covered rental side, where you can create multiple rental packages. Okay. So let's say for an example, you have 1 hour package where you have covered 80 kilometers. So that sort of rental packages you can create, and user will have option to book a cab for a rental basis. So that is also been covered over here. So over here, Mr. Kela have a question that can we book a ride for a customer user from the application dashboard? So I hope you meant that, I mean, admin can book a ride for a customer, right? So in that perspective, yes, you have a dispatcher panel. Also in the admin, we have given the option where the dispatcher or your you can create a booking for your customer, where you can list down all the information of the customer, where he wants to travel, the pickup location, the drop off location, is he traveling alone or with someone. And then the new feature which we have come up with, which is the auto and manual dispatch. So here you get the option that you want to assign that to a specific driver, or you want to do a auto dispatch. If you do auto dispatch, that will directly assign to a specific driver. Gavin have another question, that is this live at the moment or it is a new platform? Well, as I have stated already, that we have been already working with multiple clients in multiple countries. So yes, it's live and it's already been working with multiple clients. I mean, we have a lot of clients in different part of country. Scott have a question over here. What type of support package do you offer for the cloud-based system, and how would updates work for passenger apps? So, Scott, we have multiple partnership model where we have defined in a way where the system is on the cloud base. Yes, first of all, and for the from the update aspect, as we have defined a routine, and we as you understand, first thing, that it's an on-demand business. So regular updates is the one of the key factor which derive this business in from all the business. So we keep on updating the business, we keep on updating the apps, and we keep on updating the admin side as per the time. And once the update is done, we roll over that updates while informing the client that we are going to have an initial release update for you. And we work on a partnership model. It's a cloud based system. Yes. Gavin had another question, that if a future ride can be done. Yes, you can allow your user to have a scheduled booking, so they can do the scheduled booking. Okay, you meant after sales technical support. So for that, what we have done is we have this fresh desk. Once a client on board with us, we provide a ticketing system for them. Apart from the WhatsApp support and the email support and being connected with the client, we also have a 24 by 7 ticketed system, where anything happen, you can create a ticket, and that would be addressed by our developer by the SLA define. Mr. Kayla had a question about kiosk feature. Yes, let me explain again. So kiosk is like a self-operating device. It can be a tablet. It can be a if you have noticed kiosk, or if you go to the airport, they have this onboarding process device where you can check in through the computer. That sort of a device can be installed at the airport areas and the malls, where user, being a user, can create a booking. So let's say, for example, that would be a pickup location, which would be defined as an airport if it's at the airport. And then they can select a vehicle type and also the drop off location. That way, a customer can create a booking and they can get a cab through that, through the kiosk. Because here, the user doesn't have the application, he is using a self opting kiosk. And yes, Kevin, can you please, we will share you all the details and we'll get back to you through the email. Yes, I have noticed your question over here. We'll get back to you with the cost and the further more information to Kevin. Uh, a very really interesting question was asked by uh, Scott over here, that how long we provide support, and is that an extra cost for the support? No, I mean it's like once you get on board with us, okay, once you get a subscription from us, subscribe with us, there's an all-time support from our side, because this is a continuous process. So once you get on board with us, it's a subscription model, partnership model, where we connect with the clients. If anything happen, you have 24 by 7 ticket system, as I have stated before also. And then there is a WhatsApp support, where you have a group with the developer, the project manager, who will be connected with you all the time. So if you have anything which you want to discuss, any business ideas, or anything new which you want to share with us, you can share it over there. And it's a free of cost, because the monthly commission which we take on the pricing model, that covers the support part. So there's nothing extra charge on the support side. It's already covered when it comes to the payment. Mr. Kayla had another question, that who provide the kiosk. So that kiosk is something you can buy it. It can be an Android tablet or an Android device. It has to be Android, which can be installed. So you have to buy, or if you want us to buy, then we can. We have one device which we already have ordered, and we share it with the customer also. If they like that device, we can order it for them. So it has to be a specific Android device. Normal Android tablet, or an Android device would work. Sure. Yes, Mr. Kayla, I will email you all the details about the device through the email. Welcome, Scott. So I hope we have to buckle up. I mean, there's a time limit, so I'll move further with the conclusion part. So overall, if you understand the ride-hailing market and the pandemic era, which was like the whole year has been covered, it has affected a lot to the industry, and that is not going to get solved easily in the some time. That's why the taxi companies and ride-hailing company have to rethink and implement new management strategies. Because if it doesn't change, or if it doesn't evolve by time, that won't help you. You have to always make sure that you understand the market, you understand how things are working out for the positive for your business, and then as per that you have to take the decision and brainstorm your ideas, brainstorm your strategies, and always have a watch to your competitors, what they are doing, and make sure that you doesn't do the same mistake what they have done. Because uh, once you get the understanding that this is something bad for your business, you have to take care that you don't do that. And evolving your business will help you to take you to the another level, and that's how you grow. I mean, this is an on demand business. If you stop evolving, or if you stop updating your business, you will be back, and you won't be recognized in the market. So you always have to evolve, you always have to upgrade your business. Yes, I will share you the recorded version, or also if anyone needed the presentation, we can email you, definitely. Also, this was all from my side. And coming to the end of the topic, we also have upgraded our system. As I always say, that change is the only way to and change and evolve is the only way to grow your business. We have come up with the extra module, and we already have developed food delivery, grocery delivery, parcel delivery, cargo delivery, and many more. Because once you are into the ride hailing business, you are evolving, you are working with the driver, okay? So that way you can reach to this business also. This is the easiest way to get the business like food, grocery, parcel, because they are all also related with the drivers. And that way you can explore different opportunities. So if if you want to know more about our other services, we can connect one to one after this webinar. You can reach me out to my email address or my WhatsApp number, which you can see on the screen. and I'll be with you to discuss all the points. So anytime you can email me or WhatsApp me, I'll be there to discuss with you your business ideas, uh, your anything from the marketing aspect or anything from the operation side. We are always happy to discuss with you guys and help you to make sure that ideas came into the operation, because once it's an idea, it has to be evolve, it has to be make sure that it comes to a growth. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much guys for joining this webinar, and goodbye and take care.